Howdy. Welcome back up to the loft here at my house. The attic, which is soon to be a studio and then a play and hangout room for my kids up here. So this is basically like end of March progress. It's the first week of April, but I had to get things cleaned up and there was a lot to do up here to make it, so I could even walk across the floor. So I was cleaning up yesterday. Here's the news. From where it was about a month ago, the ceiling in here is just about finished. From the flat ceiling to the slanted ceiling, it goes way down to there. This is the last thing that I just started getting into yesterday. The ventilation needs to have a spot for the fan to draw out from up in the rafters. And of course the fan sits a little lower than the rest of the ceiling because of how it fits in there, so the very last 2 feet is going to come down at an angle to complete the tunnel out to the vent. So there's some trigonometry and some weird cutting, and if all I had to do was just make that look nice, it'd be done by now, but it also has to get insulated and pretty well sealed so that the fan is only drawing through the vent space and not drawing air from in the room, mostly. So that's going to take a little bit of work yet to get that all done the way it really needs to be. It should be fast, but like everything else, it's not. What else has happened in the last month? Well, drywall out to the end. I got the end wall framed. I put up the styrofoam sheeting, framed up and got it ready. I think that's all going to be drywall there. That whole gable wall is going to be drywall, so there's not so much paneling in this room. So drywall on up, leave an access panel to get up at the fan, and I'm still trying to decide what's going to happen with that fan between putting on a switch, putting on a timer, putting on a thermostat, and adding variable speeds. I don't think I want to mess around with all 4 of those things. I think a thermostat's probably the most practical, but a timer could be useful also. So I'm not sure how I'm going to handle that, but you have to leave access to put a thermostat up in the rafters. And then I also want to leave some space for some kind of an override so that I can just turn it on if we have a need to get some ventilation in here. I've also been worried about the seasons changing, and this was the first warm weather here this spring last week, and it got pretty warm in here. So I'm going to have window units for the summertime, but my other idea regarding the venting is also to come over here and on each side of this doorway, especially, the studio end only has one window down here. One window. So I'm worried about ventilation in the studio. So what I'm going to do is come in here, both sides of the doorway, which will be the other end of the room from the windows, cut about a 6-inch circle, put a vent in, and it'll have a baffle that opens and closes in there. So if the heat's on, leave the baffle closed. If the air conditioning's on, leave the baffle closed. But if it's springtime, fall time, and I just want to get some positive air circulation, open the baffles, and then a ceiling vent goes right into the rafters and out with the fan drawing it. So that's a reason to have the fan maybe on a switch instead of just the thermostat, is I can turn it on and get some positive ventilation up here, especially in a room with only one window. That would help to move fresh air through. That's the north side of the house. It stays a little bit cooler than the south side of the house. And also put window fans in or something, but I'm trying to just make this, I'm trying to do it right the first time. So there's going to be a little vent right up in there, each side of the doorway, and that'll be that. What else is going on? The sidewalls are cut. They're not actually mounted yet, but it's going to be just simple 4-foot panels all along here. That space in between is going to get covered with probably strips of paneling or drywall or something else that I can figure out. I have a couple ideas for that. Try to make it look nice. So all the panels will be more uniform in height instead of custom cutting all the heights like I did in the other room. That was a pain in the neck and wasted a little bit of wood because they're all just a little over 4 feet. So I made these all half sheets. They're just 4 foot each. What else is going on is I finished. Down here is where the floor was not done yet. So I put the subfloor in. I finished the insulation way back in the very corners here. That corner was not done. This corner was not done. So they're insulated, sealed, taped, foamed, everything. Which is why they're all piled full of junk now. That junk was all out across the middle of the floor for a few days while I was in there working. So that's done. What else got done? I pulled this big, heavy number 6. You can barely see it. Number 6 wire got pulled up and over, and that's feeding my new, that'll be a 60 amp service panel. So that's active now, and that has my other room powered up. My next big things right now, start pulling wires through that framing, put some outlet boxes, figure out where my light switch is going to go up here, pull wires, insulation. I think I might have enough fiberglass to insulate all that. Insulation, finish framing that angle piece up there and get that settled so I can set things in and figure out how my access panel is going to get attached and all that kind of stuff. But the cool news is this room is probably ready to have maybe the saws and my work table brought back in, and maybe get the other room cleaned up. Start doing stuff like buying carpet tile maybe. I don't know. I don't want to rush and get ahead of myself. But it was exciting cleaning this place up and vacuuming yesterday and getting it back into shape where I can, you know, come up here and brag about it a little bit and think it looks nice. There's still a lot to do. Right? There's still a lot to do. But this is pretty meaningful where we are here. Getting up all the drywall and stuff means, you know, I can kind of start thinking about the picture of how this room looks long term. So anyway, I guess that's about it for now. I got a few chores in my mind that have to get done up here, and hopefully it goes smoothly and keeps going in the right direction. It's been a exciting, you know, exciting progress lately, getting stuff going. Slow, but exciting. It's fun. Anyway, that's it for now. You take care. Let me know if you see anything up here that looks like I'm an idiot. Have some advice or question or whatever you might have there. And, you know, like, comment, subscribe, all that good stuff, whatever you're into. Take care. Have a great day.